And you just listened to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. It covers all those aspects affecting the various regions of our people. Limbe was the usual country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic genesis was at Government College, Ujeli. And
go gather, destroy their food. With the camp and that other camp, some go camp. You don't compensate everybody.
Crocodiles are found in many countries in sub-Saharan Africa, like Cameroon, Congo, Angola, Nigeria, and many others. The common species in Africa are the Nile crocodile and the dwarf crocodile, which is predominantly in West Africa. People, places, and events will focus today on the dwarf crocodiles. The dwarf crocodiles are primarily found in permanent pools in swamps and areas of slow-moving fresh water in rainforests. Occasional reports of individuals in isolated savanna pools where burrows are occupied during the dry season have been noted. They are also nocturnal. They spend most of the day in burrows which are constructed by the crocodile. These burrows are sometimes partially submerged with the entrance under the water surface. Crocodiles generally emerge usually at night and forage either close to the water or extensively on the land, particularly in covered and forested areas. In some areas, individuals stay in isolated pools, hiding under tree roots during the day. Good day, and thank you very much for talking to people, places, and events, and to the African Center for Community and Development.
Good day, you're welcome.
What is your name, sir?
I'm Smith Coiler Munjam.
Mr. Smith Coiler Munjam is going to be talking about crocodiles in today's people, places, and events. And this dwarf species, what kind of crocodiles are these?
Yeah, here in this enclosure we have the dwarf species of crocodiles. They are found mostly in swamps and slow-moving streams. These ones, they cannot get longer than 2 meters. That's why they are small like this bed. As you see them in this size, in the sizes that they are having, they are older than the big Nile crocodile that's there. Because the older one here is 46 years old. Meanwhile, the Nile crocodile is 35 years old. These ones are nocturnal, meaning they are active but in the night, and in the day they sleep. And you can see that from their dark color camouflage, meaning that they are night dwellers in swamp, to give them extra protection and extra advantage over their prey. Irrespective of the mythical reverence people offer to the crocodiles, it does not spare the life of the crocodiles. The crocodilians have been pushed by the cruel hands of humankind to close to extinction. And these ones were not like delicacy as the Nile crocodile used to be to the people, but because of the heavy pressure, poaching pressure on the Nile crocodile that has made them be scarce, people have turned now to the dwarf crocodile for food. So they too, they are getting close to endangerment.
The diet of the West African dwarf is mainly fish, amphibians, crustaceans, and possibly other terrestrial prey. Populations studied in the Congo show a change in diet over the course of time. The fish during the wet season, when river flooding brings fish into the marshy habitat occupied by these animals. During the dry season, when the fish are not available, the crocodiles survive primarily on crustaceans and their dietary intake is generally reduced. Individuals are generally solitary, except during the breeding season. The nesting period starts at the beginning of the wet season, between May and June, when mound nests are constructed.
And in terms of the conservation of crocodiles in Cameroon, do you think the policy is effective? Do you think we need more parks and zoos to conserve this species?
I want to think that when we're talking about conservation, well, a park can be good because it looks more natural. But according to Sanctuary Alliance, creating zoos and places where we confine animals will not really be good. The most ideal alternative is to sensitize the public, to make them be aware of the fact that over-poaching or over-pressure on this animal is not good. Normally...
What about giving opportunities to people who depend on these animals, like education or job offers, so that they can get away from hunting these animals?
It's true, those are other options, and some other sustainable developmental projects or other sources that they can develop, sources of development of protein, like mushroom farming and other things. If you can teach them.
Cane rat farming?
Cane rat farming, all those things will help a long way to sustain the endangered species. And then again, it will not be very, very fair for us to permanently stop people from eating what they've been eating, since God made the world like a paradise, a blissful paradise for humankind to feed upon everything and enjoy. The problem here is to sensitize them that we have to eat them, but eat them sustainably in such a manner that they will continue to exist infinitely.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith, for talking about crocodiles, and I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you did enjoy people, places, and events.
Sometimes. Today our focus will be on the style of J.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his poem Akbo Dancer.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. There are lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures are no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary lives.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.